Welcome to Crimes Beyond Borders, where we'll bring you the most thrilling true crime stories every single day. If you're fascinated by mystery, intrigue, and the darker side of human nature, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us as we unravel the most shocking and perplexing criminal cases from around the world. The story is about to begin after this intro.
From city streets to far-off lands, mystery slipping through our hands. Crimes beyond borders they speak, voices strong but words are meek. Every story leaves a mark, whispers softly in the dark.
Our stories at first are made for ourselves, to comfort us, to help us sleep, and to learn. Along the way, they become a part of our journey, teaching us English and fueling our passion for true crime. So, listen carefully, and if you're about to sleep, close your eyes. Let's begin. Here's another chilling story from the killer's perspective. This time focusing on digital obsession, revenge, and the disturbing lengths one can go when driven by jealousy. In this narrative, the killer's dark thoughts and actions reflect the paranoia and need for control that often underlie crimes of passion, fueled by the twisted dynamic between real life and online presence. The only way to keep you. It started the way these things always do, innocent. At least, that's what I told myself. I never meant for it to get out of hand. I never meant for it to go this far, but she left me no choice. Kara. The name rolls through my mind even now. I can see her, bright, carefree, laughing, that smile lighting up every room she walked into. I loved her from the moment I met her, maybe even before that. We met in college, some random party where everyone else was drunk and loud, but all I could hear was her voice. All I could see was her. We hit it off right away. She told me she liked my sense of humor. I liked the way she made everything around her seem so vibrant. We were together for a year, the best year of my life. I thought she felt the same way, thought we had something special. But then, just like that, she was gone. She moved on, left me, told me it wasn't working, that we wanted different things. I didn't understand. I didn't accept it. How could she walk away so easily? After everything we had, I was good to her, wasn't I? I did everything she wanted, gave her everything. I would have done anything to keep her. I would have changed if she had just told me what she needed. But she didn't want me anymore. She never explained why. Just moved on like I was some random guy she dated for a few weeks, not a whole year. Like I meant nothing. I watched as she built her new life without me, posting pictures of her adventures, hanging out with her friends, smiling like she didn't have a care in the world. I couldn't stand it. It drove me crazy. Every time I opened my phone, there she was, looking happier than ever, like I was the one holding her back, like she was better off without me. That's when I started watching more closely. It's so easy to keep tabs on people these days, with everything they post online. I didn't even need to try hard. She lived her life on social media, every detail of her day, right there in my feed. It wasn't stalking, not really. I just wanted to know how she was doing. I just wanted to understand. Then I saw him. At first, it was just little things. He'd show up in the background of her photos, this new guy she was hanging out with. He looked like the kind of guy she always said she wasn't into. Tall, athletic, confident, a guy with the world at his feet who probably had never been told no in his life. I hated him the moment I saw him, hated the way she smiled when he was around. It was different from the way she used to smile at me, more real somehow. She was happy with him in a way she'd never been with me. I couldn't handle it. Seeing her with him, laughing like she'd forgotten I ever existed. I started checking her social media more often, watching their interactions, reading between the lines of her posts. I noticed how often they liked each other's photos, how many inside jokes they had. It was clear what was happening. She was with him now. She had replaced me. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't just move on like she had. She had taken my happiness and thrown it away like it was nothing, and now she was giving it to him. It wasn't fair. The descent. keeping control. I started messaging her again, just casual at first. How are you doing? I miss you. Do you ever think about us? She ignored most of them. The ones she did reply to were cold, distant. She was done with me. It was obvious. I was spiraling. The more I saw her with him, the worse it got. I started checking her social media constantly, even setting up fake accounts to follow her when she blocked me. I wanted to be part of her life again, but she shut me out at every turn. She didn't care about how I felt. It was like I didn't exist anymore. I started thinking about how easy it would be to get rid of him. I didn't want to hurt her, but I couldn't stand the idea of her with someone else. She was mine. She had been mine, and she should still be. If it weren't for him, maybe she would have come back. Maybe she would have realized her mistake. But as long as he was there, I knew she would never look my way again. The plan. I started making a plan, something that would make him disappear without getting my hands dirty. He posted everything about his life online too, where he went, who he saw, what his schedule was like. I knew all his habits within a week of paying attention. He went jogging every morning at 6 a.m., alone, same route, same park. I followed him for a few days, just watching, studying him, figuring out how close I could get without him noticing. It was easy, almost too easy. People like him never worry about things like that. They think the world bends for them. They don't see what's coming until it's too late. The morning I decided to do it, I felt calm, strangely calm. I wasn't nervous or scared. I had thought about it for so long that it felt like the only logical step. I waited in the shadows of the park, watching him jog past, earbuds in, oblivious. I waited until he was at the most secluded part of the path, where the trees grew thick and no one could see. I came up behind him, fast and quiet, pulling the cord I had brought with me around his throat before he had a chance to react. He struggled, of course. They always do. But I was ready. I had thought about every detail, played it out in my mind 1,000 times. He went down quickly, his face red and his breath choking out of him. I watched as the life left his eyes, and for the first time in months, I felt peaceful. He was gone, and with him, the obstacle between Kara and me. The aftermath, a message I left him there in the dirt, knowing they'd find him soon enough. That part didn't matter. I wasn't worried about getting caught. I had been careful, covering my tracks, wearing gloves, avoiding cameras. But I didn't care about that. Not really. The most important part was still ahead. I went home, opened my laptop, and typed out a message. One last message to Kara. It was simple, nothing too dramatic. Now we can be together again. I hit send and sat back, waiting for her to see it, waiting for her to realize what I had done, how much I cared, how far I had gone to make sure we could be together again. I waited for her to reply, to understand, but she didn't. Hours went by, and nothing. Then I saw the news report. They had found him. Her friends started posting their condolences, their shock. Her world was falling apart. I should have felt something. Guilt, maybe, but I didn't. All I felt was that same strange calm. But Kara didn't reach out, not even after what I'd done. I had removed him from her life, given her the chance to come back to me, and she still didn't see it. The final act. Days passed, and Kara didn't post anything. She disappeared from social media, just like that. Maybe she was grieving, maybe she was afraid. I didn't know, and I didn't care anymore. I went to her apartment, ready to finish what I had started. If she wouldn't come to me willingly, I would take her. I would make her understand. I would remind her that she was mine, that she had always been mine. When I knocked on the door, there was no answer, but I knew she was inside. I could feel her presence. I could smell her perfume lingering in the hallway, that familiar scent I had missed so much. I knocked again, harder this time, my fists shaking. And then the door opened, not by her, but by the police. They were waiting for me. They had been watching me. They knew. I didn't even struggle when they put the cuffs on. It was over. She was gone. But I wasn't sorry. I wasn't wrong. She had belonged to me once, and in my mind, she always would. I had just tried to keep her, to stop her from slipping away, to show her how much I loved her, even if it meant taking everything else away. In the end, I only did what I had to. The story has come to an end, but stay relaxed. If you feel yourself drifting off to sleep, just let the video play and enjoy the soothing music in the background. Let it guide you gently into rest. We'll be here, bringing you more stories every night. Sleep well, and see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.